Welcome to Black Girl Say Something, where this black girl has something to say. And Happy New Year, because I have not told y'all that just yet. And I know I haven't been posting an episode every Friday at 1 p.m., but that's because my divorce is final. I'm restructuring. And as many of you have started here from the beginning of Black Girl Say Something, you know Black Girl Say Something was me just honestly navigating those realizations through divorce, being a survivor of domestic violence, doing therapy, having my children get emotionally well and emotionally stable, getting emotionally well for myself, as well as just finding the alignment of being, going from being a married single parent to a single primary parent. And with the evolution of that, I've found so much peace and freedom now that my divorce has been finalized, now that I am mentally well, my children are emotionally strong, and they've been handling the visitations with their dad really well, especially since the divorce becoming final, and it has increased and it's been supervised. But as you can anticipate, or as you might have anticipated, I said this on TikTok Live where I was like, I haven't been posting an episode of the podcast because I felt like now that my divorce is final, not that I don't want to do the podcast anymore, I just want to do it in a different way. I just want to say something in a different way. I just want to say more in a different way. And there's so much to talk about. There's so much to discuss, and there's so many questions. So starting February, you heard it here first. Those who subscribe on Patreon actually heard it first. But if you're listening to the podcast, you have now heard it maybe second, but you're hearing it for the first time. I am going to host live episodes every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Patreon. There is only one tier to subscribe. You will get an episode every Wednesday on live. Your subscription allows me to better enhance the podcast because, as you know, I was doing this really journaling and detailing my journey. And even I listen back to the podcast and I just talk to myself and say, hey girl, we're not there anymore. But if there are any questions for those of you who've been supporting the podcast all of this time, a great way to get some questions answered would be to join me on the live episodes and become a subscriber of Patreon, where you can also send a message and then get that answered on the next upcoming episode. So I really want to indulge you in a community of Black Girl Say Something, where this Black girl has even more to say. That's kind of what I say over on Patreon. And it's live episodes every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, if you can't make it, the recordings will always be available. Your subscription does aid in me getting better recording equipment and my ability to really just grow in this podcast space. One of my 2026 goals is to be more is to go to a podcast event. I was nominated I didn't say anything about it because in my state of depression, I couldn't even enjoy the fact that our podcast was nominated as new rising podcast, even though we've been doing this for about 3 years, but the support has been growing. And so we became one of the new rising podcasts. We were nominated. We did not win, but we were nominated. So for 2026, how am I going to get to the next level? I want to be able to grow my subscriber community and definitely attend more podcast related events, as well as win an award for my podcast, because I've been having something to say for the better part of 3 years, and there's over 200 plus episodes to listen to and, reflect on and come back and, get to a space where my future self now can say to my past self, like, we made it through that. We did what was best for us. And even in that space, I just mentioned to someone not too long ago, in the space of doing what's best for you, when you have children, you cannot do what's best for your children, because that's how you can create a space where your children might resent you. If you are genuine and pure at heart, you do what is best for you, your children will reap the benefit. And they will see your growth, and they can, honestly, for me, like my children say, Mommy, we know you just a girl. And I am just a girl. And I'm a girl who took control of my mental health. And I'm a girl who allowed myself the space to really say how I feel. I'm a girl who allowed my yeses to be my yeses and my no's to be no's, and create stern boundaries, right? And set expectations for myself, because as you know, you can't set expectations for other people. But with that being said, I'll still be checking in here If you could kindly leave reviews of the podcast, whatever platform you are listening on. But there will be a link at the top of the description of this episode where you can go ahead and subscribe to Patreon. All episodes, the live podcast, will be every Wednesday starting the first Wednesday in February. What a way to kick off the new year, the first quarter, by doing something different and really getting to a space where I want to interact with those who have closely listened to the podcast, support the podcast. Even when you didn't hear an episode, you emailed me at the podcast email and say, hey, hope all is well, hope you're okay. Or when I didn't go live on Facebook or TikTok, y'all was reaching out and saying, hey, is everything okay? And I greatly, greatly appreciate that. So with that being said, this is not a farewell. This is a see you on the other side. Come over to Patreon. We're going to have a good time. Come with your tips, come with whatever it is, your questions, come and have a conversation. I'll be going live there, and that will be, and even if you can't make it for the live, you'll be able to enjoy the interaction of the recorded podcast. So come over to Patreon. Your paid subscription does aid in my ability to really grow in this podcast space because I really enjoy doing this. Thank you for listening.